The Home Secretary, Theresa May, has named a judge from New Zealand as the new chair of the independent inquiry into historical child sex abuse in England and Wales. Justice Lowell Goddard is the third person to be appointed to the role after two previous nominees stepped down over perceived conflicts of interest. Our Home Affairs correspondent Tom Simons reports.
Could it be third time lucky? Chairman number 1, Baroness Elizabeth Butler-Sloss, resigned because her brother used to be the government's chief lawyer. Number 2, Fiona Woolf, went because she dined with a former Home Secretary, Leon Britton. So the government scoured the world for someone with no links to Britain's establishment, a search that ended in New Zealand with a 66-year-old judge of Maori descent, Justice Lowell Goddard.
She will bring a wealth of expertise to the role of chairman, and crucially, she will be as removed as possible from the organisations and institutions that might become the focus of the inquiry.
She sits in New Zealand's High Court. She's led an inquiry into police handling of child abuse cases. She has been criticised for a ruling which defended a paedophile's right to privacy, but 2 other courts agreed with her. Today, emerging from a meeting with the Home Secretary, survivors of child abuse gave their support.
I have every confidence that this is going to be an excellent appointment and widely welcomed by the people who are at the heart of this inquiry, which are the survivors of childhood abuse.
This, 25 years ago, is one of them.
I would come home and there would be people there waiting for me, or I'd be taken somewhere else to meet men that I'd been told to make happy.
Becky, not her real name, felt hope when the inquiry was announced. But when it descended into chaos and arguments, like many, she was left confused and upset. The question is, can their trust be restored?
I'd say that as survivors, as a group, we find it very, very hard to trust. Whatever form the inquiry takes, there will be a section of people that can't trust that for their own reasons and because of their own stories.
The government today decided against a royal commission on child abuse, like the one underway in Australia, but it has beefed up the inquiry's powers. It will now be a statutory inquiry. What does that mean? Well, Lowell Goddard will have the power to look at restricted police and MI5 documents, for example, and call witnesses whether they like it or not. They'll give evidence under oath, which means they'll need lawyers, and so the whole inquiry will be bigger and more expensive. The inquiry will cover decades of abuse and the response to it in schools, children's homes and other institutions. It could take 5 years to complete, and it's likely to delve into the heart of power itself. Tom Simons, BBC News, Westminster.